Okay, so now I have it in a manual ISO configuration. I have it set at ISO 800. It is a little dark back here in some spots. So we're just gonna pan around, see how fluid the video is, and then switch to a more automatic video mode. We do have stabilization on, so it looks pretty good. We're gonna zoom in. That's 24 power zoom right there. That's 50. So this is handheld right now, and it really looks pretty good. It does jump around a little bit when it doesn't quite know what you're focusing on. But overall, for 50 power zoom, that's pretty good. So it is going to be a little disorienting when you move it around rapidly, but that's par for the course. So let's zoom out and walk around a little bit. Okay, so now this is not on a Steadicam rig. The video looks pretty stable. I'm gonna progressively move the camera up and down more and more and see just how much I have to move it in order to get the image to actually jump around. So right now I'm wiggling it so that the tip of the lens is moving about a ½ an inch. Now this is about 3/4 of an inch. So it looks pretty good, and side to side still looks pretty good. So I mean, if you really move it around, it's gonna jump around a lot. But so overall, it seems like it does a pretty good job of stabilizing. Seems pretty fluid. I've seen cameras that are quite expensive do a much worse job of being steady. Really quite happy with it so far. Actual playback on the computer will really tell us just how good it looks. As you can see, the ground is pretty uneven here. Okay, so now we have the image stabilization off, and we're going to walk around, and you guys will see how much more shaky the video is. It seems to be quite a bit worse than with it on, so I guess it does a pretty good job. Now there is a different stabilization mode that I'm going to try out in a second here. There's 2 different modes, and I guess we'll see which one works better. Okay, so let's switch to the second mode. Okay, so now we have it set up on the second image stabilization mode. The one says enhanced stabilization, and the other is just stabilization for walking. So I'm gonna try to shake it around a little bit and see how it goes. It looks pretty good. It's not shaking around nearly as badly. I don't think it's quite as good as the other one, which would make sense since the other one is enhanced. Now we're going to see if we can zoom in all the way, if it's going to try to jump around a little bit when we move. It seems to be more fluid. Like when you move the camera, it actually starts panning right away. It doesn't seem to lag at all, or not nearly as much at least. The other mode, it is more stable, but when you pan around, there's a little bit of lag. You can move the camera a decent amount before the video actually starts moving, and that's just because the lens internals are essentially canceling out that little bit of movement at first. So overall, it's pretty impressive.